Who did I shake their hand? I mean, I shook Bam's hand the other day, and I was like, that was sick.
Yeah, Bam is, when you're looking at Bam, you go, that's Bam Margera. Like,
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
To me, he like influenced me so much, you know?
Did he? You were a Jackass kid?
Yeah, 100%. My dad used to record in Australia, like the TV structure is a little bit different. I feel like in America, it's like everyone pays for cable, but in Australia, like most people don't, but some people do. And my dad did, so he would get like MTV, and then he would record Jackass like season 1 when it was first on MTV for like me and my brother, and then we would watch it back.
I love how you say it, Jackass. It's Jackass, you fool!
Jackass.
Jackass. Did you say that you're starting to lose your Australian accent?
Yeah,
ever
definitely.
so slightly?
Well, how often do I get to see Australians? Like literally never.
And how often do you want to get your sandwich and for them to understand you?
Yes.
Everyone comes at me like, why is your accent changed? I thought you were from New Zealand. I thought you were from Australia. It's like, because if I say, can I get a bunch of tomatoes on the sub, please?
Yeah.
They're just like, excuse me, sir, can you leave
What's the
without
correct
a
thing
fuss
to
right
do?
now?
Should I say tomato or tomato? Because my instinct, I want to say tomato, but then I'm like, all right, I'll say it so they understand. And I say, oh, tomato.
Tonight's the night where we finally figure out if it's tomato.
And what's the other one? Capsicum? They don't like that.
They don't like that one.
They don't know what that is.
That's a bell pepper, sir. That's a bell pepper. Yeah, for me, it was like, I integrate, and I'm not going to like go through life with this non-functioning accent. That'd be stubborn.
But I think you've kept yours more than mine.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Exactly.
Yeah. Nah, that's right, mate. So I actually talk like this 100% of the time, and the rest of the time I'm putting on an act. So what is an accent other than you copying the way that people talk around you?
Yeah, like subconsciously.
Yeah. And if I was to go out there talking like this, I don't reckon I'd get very far.
I think YouTube like helps me get rid of it as well, because it's like, oh, hey guys, today we are enunciating very well, and we're going to do this challenge and blah, 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 instead of being like...
So you're hitting what that's called the transatlantic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was invented so that people on both sides of the Atlantic could watch the movie and understand it. So you're probably going to like even out right about there.
Yeah.
Your YouTube voice is...
Usually when I meet someone, they'll think I'm American, and then I say like, oh yeah, I'm from Australia. And they go, I knew I heard something.
I thought you were from Boston, dude.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. So the reason Australians are multi-dialectical is because we had every kind of TV. We had American TV, we had British TV, we had a little bit of Irish, a little bit of Scottish, like every form of English, every dialect of English was coming through our TV. Now for Americans, not the same.
What is on American TV? Just
American TV.
But I feel like Australian was like mostly American. But I guess we would see British and stuff as a
Dude, of course. But that's the reason we can understand every single dialect of English. And Americans, for all their brilliance, they get thrown by certain accents. It's crazy.
I seen a skater, Alex Sakuna.
Yeah.
He's from England.
Wait, I just lied. No, I don't know him.
Oh, he's a sick skater. He's from England. But anyway, he was recently in LA, and then a skater, an American guy, is like, whoa, like you really talk like that?
The craziest thing I've heard Americans say this. This one blew my mind. They go, but we don't have an accent.
Yeah.
We don't have one. It's like, whoa, like what a mental bubble to be in. They're like, well, we just don't have one. Everybody else has one. We talk normal. I'm like, you must be stupid. Like, sorry, but I've heard that a couple times ago. But Americans don't have an accent. It's like, oh, you have an accent.
That's crazy.
Yeah. No, has anyone ever said that to you?
No, I've never heard that.
Dude,
but I would believe
wild.
it. I feel like Americans, don't have like a desire to travel outside of America as well.
Sometimes.
Like all Aussies, they're like, oh yeah, I'm saving up. I'm going to go on the big Europe trip. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to make it happen.
Well, we do because we're so isolated, man.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to go somewhere, like it takes a lot. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of jet fuel and you go far. So we get used to traveling. But yeah, with Americans, a lot of them haven't been out of the country.
Yeah.
Oh, those poor Americans. I still love you. I am one. I am an American citizen. Are you coming for your citizenship?
I'm trying. I'm working on it. It's
Exactly.
tough. Dude, getting a visa is so tough.
Mm.
Like, that's the thing is like I said, there's not that many Australian skaters out in America or like just like fully in the mix. It's like, it's so hard to get a visa to come to another country, especially for skating. Like, maybe if you had some tech job or whatever, they make it easy. But for skating, it was like really challenging.
Yeah.
Which country has better skate parks? Melbourne and Sydney or California?
Which country has better skate parks?
Well, whatever. Who has better skate parks, Australia or America?
America.
You think?
And who has better street? Australia.
What? I think it's the opposite way.
How so?
I think America has better street and Australia has better skate parks. I came to California and I'm like, show me these viral parks. Where are all these viral parks? there's like barely even any parks compared. I grew up in Melbourne, right?
Yeah.
If you look at a map and put all the pins of the skate parks in Melbourne of like a 10-mile radius or whatever, there is so many. If you go to LA and put a 10-mile radius, there's way less, 100%.
I get that.
But that's Melbourne, random Australian city.
Melbourne's one of the best cities of all time to skateboard. It's that bluestone. It's like this.
Yeah, maybe I'm spoiled.
We are spoiled to have grown up there, man. Sydney and Melbourne, it's just ridiculous. A lot of the times I would take people out to spots and they would go, "That's here? I thought that was in Barcelona, bro." Yeah.
I would see that. Melbourne also was one of the first to do the integrated, not a skate park, skate plaza, a pedestrian space type thing.
Right.
That one, I think that's the most popular is University Square, right?
University
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's cool. And then they recently made that one in San Francisco, and they're like, the first in the nation. I'm like, oh yeah, you haven't been to Australia, huh?
They have not.
I think Europe did a couple like that too. But I think that's sick. And like, I think it's cool when, the government can get behind skateboarding. And
they do it on occasion.
That's where we can talk about the next topic, the Olympics. I think if these kind of things can lead to some people in the government being like, hey, skateboarding is a thing and that's cool. We should build a thing. We should spend money on skating. How can that ever be negative?
Maybe it is not so bad. Maybe they are not all drug addicts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy though that there's like a skater that is a gold medalist Olympian?
Who?
Yuto.
Yeah.
But like there's going to be gold medalist Olympian skaters. Like, isn't that wild?
That's completely wild. It's completely wild. It's insane. I mean, there's that old adage of, everybody's going to fail the drug test, which turned out to be true. Like, because you got to be an Olympian, you got to be completely clean.
Yeah.
Do you have Olympic aspirations?
No, never. No. I don't really like skate comps, to be honest.
Right.
I think skate comps, it's cool that people like them, whatever. To me, it's like if you would have a comp and say like, all right, guys, picture painting competition. Like, let's do it. You paint a picture, you carve this clay, you make a paper mache thing, you do some graffiti, and then you try to judge them all against each other. How?
It's kind of insane. Yeah.
None will ever be clearly better than the other. They're all great in their own way.
That's where I stand on it. Yeah.
How can you say what's harder, 720 flip on flat or nose grinded 12 rail? Like, what's harder? What's better?
And judging, like, judge not lest ye be judged. That's what I always say.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be all. But at the same time, I love it. I think if it gets anybody into skating, it's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I was saying. I think I was saying it today to someone. Is that if people are in a bar and they turn on ESPN and it's Street League or whatever, and they say, oh yeah, skating, that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
That's great.
More money for us.
They're not going to go to YouTube and watch a video pod and then the bars are going to be like, oh, skating. If that's the only way they can see it from ESPN, great. Like, that's awesome.
I can appreciate Street League. I've been a hater in the past, but it has to be palatable for the person in the bar that loves sports.
Yeah.
I totally get it.
As a skater, it's fun. You just watch it and be like, wow, they're really trying to cater to the non-skater. That's cool. Like, just watch it and enjoy it for what it is,
Yeah. Yeah, I still can't watch it though. I get bored. I get hopelessly bored.